how to set up autocrafting for refined storage. Now this is a system that I found out from Andrew. His link for his channel will be in the description. He has an amazing channel. His channel's grown so tremendously just off of his All the Mods series. So if you watch this, shout out to you, man. Your channel's amazing. Now, don't mind this. I'll show you what this is. I didn't know how big you can actually make this thing, and it looks like this thing can be infinite. So this is 299 billion RF storage, and I have a bunch of tier 4 structures up here, as well as this creative capacitor bank, and it's taking forever to charge, but the video's not about that. This is our compact little, autocrafting system. If we go in here, the things I'm showing you how to autocraft are the patterns for refined storage. I can show you guys how to autocraft everything else if you guys do want, but this is mainly how to autocraft the solderer. Make the solderers automatic. So what you're going to need to do to start with is get a crafting grid, the basic stuff. So I'll just go to refined storage. I'll turn JEI to cheating mode because I'm in creative mode. I'll do a creative controller, but you would do your normal controller. You're going to need a crafting grid. You don't need a crafting monitor, but I will do a crafting monitor to show you guys everything. You're going to need a crafter, a processing pattern encoder, a disk drive, and your storage disk. Now, you're going to need more than this, but this is just to get our system set up. So what we're basically going to do is just mirror the system over there. So we're going to get our crafting grid up and going, our crafting monitor up and going, our disk drive, and we're going to throw our creative disk in there. Now that we don't need that anymore, we don't need any of this, because this is all set up. We're going to throw our processing pattern encoder down. We're going to need a bunch of patterns, so we'll throw that like that. Now, we're going to need some cables. We're going to need an importer. We're also going to need a chest. Now, you need two different chests. What I recommend is an oak chest, 2 oak chests, and an oak trap chest. Now, I'll show you why you need that in a second. So what you're going to want to do is pipe off to wherever your solderers are. You're also going to need a hopper. So we'll go in here, we'll get a hopper and a building block. Oh, we also need a solderer. That would help. Solderer, we'll go like that. Now set down these are just temporary blocks. Come on this side towards, you're going to need to have these set in a specific direction. So we're going to have our direction being towards this way. So come over here, place your solderers down in this direction. Then you can remove those, place your hopper down, and place your other 2 hoppers into this hopper. Now, you can do this last, but since we're doing the tutorial, I'll show you how to set this up first. This is just to export items out of the system once they are made. So once you have that set up, what you're going to want to do is get item conduits from the mod Ender.io. We're done with the solderer, so we're going to need basic item filters. So for this first one, all we are doing is placing 1 item conduit down. Leave it to extract. Place your oak chest. Actually, before we do that, we're going to need our building block yet one more time, because we're going to have to place a crafter down, and crafters are, when you place them, they place towards where you are looking. So if you're looking down, it will place up at you. If you're looking this way and place it, it will place this way and look at you. Because we are placing it this way, we are going to need just that first one down so we can place it in the direction towards its crafting. Now you're going to need an oak chest or any chest, and it's going to act as a basically an item buffer for the items to sit in. So next you're going to want to set your cables down like this, and then take your Yeta wrench and just right click on them to disconnect them, because you don't want them connecting. Now that we're done with that, we don't want those extracting, so just disable these. And now that we have these, crap. Just my luck. Don't be stupid like I am. Now that we have these, we are going to want to set all of these to insert. So that is what we're doing right here. Alright. Now, the solderers they're pretty cool, because the way you put them definitely matters when you want to create an automatic solderer. Now, with the top is the middle slot, and that is very important. If we come over here, we look up refined storage, we have to take JEI off of that. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a pattern for each of these processors. And this is the first tier of processing, or setting up your processors. So you're going to want each of these, and also printed silicon, because that is also made in the middle slot. So if we just go in here, we are just going to throw each of our items into this first crafter right here. In your second crafter, you're going to want to create your second tier processors. So your basic processor, your improved processor, and also your advanced processor. In your third crafter, we are going to be crafting the speed upgrades, range upgrade, and crafting upgrade. Now these are the only upgrades you can make in the solderer, so I figured we could just do that one anyways, because these are pretty useful, I have to admit. So in this second crafter, like I said, all you place in here is your processors, and in this one, your upgrades. Now, when making this system, each spot matters, and I say that you're going to need to have each item filter set to your specific item and which one you want put in there. So if we just throw these in like this, and I'll show you what goes in each in just a moment, you're also going to need to power these crafters. Now you only need to connect the power to one solderer and one crafter. With each block touching each other, just like these down here, only this crafting grid is touching this creative controller. Because this crafting monitor is touching this crafting grid, it is connected to the system. And that is the same thing with these solderers and these crafters. That's just how you do it. But for this, we're going to need a piece of redstone. We're going to need a printed silicon. So let's just turn this like that. We're going to need a printed silicon. We are going to need each of these. What else are we going to need? For this one, we don't need to set a filter because there's only one spot. Now, if we look at JEI and we look in the system, to craft these, which is this first one, it just goes into the middle slot. Because this item conduit is on the top of the solderer, it gets inputted directly into the middle. So we don't have to worry about spots for these. Now, for the filters on this next one, if you look in the spots, the basic processor goes in the top, redstone in the middle, and printed silicon into the bottom. So if we come over to the already made one, you'll see this, if we're looking this way, the right one is the bottom, and this left one is the top one, and the middle is the middle. So if we come over here, this one would obviously be the top, so we will place our printed processors in this slot. The redstone will be going into the middle, and the printed silicon will go into the bottom. Now let's just set today so it stays sunny out. Now if we get the stuff we need, we're going to need silicon, we are going to need redstone, we are going to need diamonds, iron, and also gold. Now if we throw all these into this system, you can see in the system you can auto-craft things. If we click printed silicon and say maybe 10, it's going to take the 10 silicon from inside your system and put it into our solderer. Now because there are no speed upgrades, I do believe it takes a little bit longer for it to happen. Or maybe it was just instant. Nope. Still going in here. Or did I... Okay. Oh, we didn't have it set to extract without redstone. Now you'll see it was put in here, and it's going to go and auto-craft each thing. Now remember to have this on, you can have it on active without signal or always active. I usually just do active without a signal. And as you can see, this one is going through each thing because we said 10. If we look on our crafting monitor, we'll see 4 have been made and is crafting 6. If we come over here, you can see it has done 2 more, so it is doing 4. It just did its 4th. It's doing 3 more now. So it's, I mean, it's pretty simple. If we come over here, you can see we have 10 printed silicon now. If we look over here and we want to say we want to craft, sorry about that, that was improper English. We can throw our printed basic processor in here. If we just take this out and we want to create another one, because we threw the iron in there, we can select it to craft a 1, and it will throw the iron in here and it will auto craft that. And there you can see it is in the system now. You can select basic processor, it will take the redstone, the printed silicon, and the printed basic processor out of your system. We'll put it into this chest and then into the system. And as you can see, it is automatically crafting our basic processor, which is very, very cool. Now, to make the upgrades, like I said, the spaces matter. So if we look at the crafting recipes, we're going to need ender pearls, sugar, and crafting tables. Now, if we just set this back to cheat mode because it's a lot less buggy, we're going to need ender pearls. We'll select, actually let's just get a couple. We're going to need crafting tables, and we're going to need sugar. And we can just throw these into our system. And we set this back to normal so I can see the recipes. We go back to refined storage and we go look at the recipes. You're going to need upgrades. Now, upgrades are created using electrical or quartz enriched iron, glass, and an improved processor. This stuff is created with iron and quartz. So quartz is very, very important in this mod. Now, you can set those to autocraft, which maybe I'll show you at the end of the video, but for now we are just going to, I'm just going to give myself some. We're going to just put those into the system like so. So we have the middle, we're going to need 1, and we're going to set this middle one to insert only upgrades. So now we don't need upgrades. Now we're going to need 1 ender pearl, 1 crafting table, What is the other one? Sugar. We're going to need 1 sugar and the redstone. If we look back at the recipes, for the range upgrade, the ender pearl goes in the top, redstone goes in the bottom. So if we put down here, this would be the bottom. We're going to set the redstone to only go in the bottom, and this would be the top. We will set ender pearls in this one, crafting tables in this one, and also sugar in this one. Now, if we say to make speed upgrades, they're very, very important, so we'll say 20. You're not going to need 20. Well, we don't even have enough upgrades, so we'll just say 8. We have 8 upgrades in the system, 8 sugar, and 8 redstone. If we click start, we're probably just going to start, yeah, you'll see it just starts auto-crafting. It will pull the upgrades into this chest up here, and it will just put them into this directly, which is very cool. And, I mean, this is a very simple setup, and this is for auto-soldering. Not auto-crafting, but auto-soldering. Now, if you want to auto-craft, you know, the quartz-enriched iron, or if it's enriched quartz, or whatever it's called, this stuff, quartz-enriched iron, you're going to need a crafter. And you probably don't need a chest, but I do a chest just like we did up there. Attach it to your system in some way, so we'll place it right here with that. You're going to need not the processing pattern encoder, but the processing, or the pattern grid. So we'll give ourselves one, we'll place it on our system. If we look in here, we're going to need these upgrades. So upgrades are right in front of me. We're just going to take them out of here. Put them in the system, and we are going to need to turn this to true. We are going to need to set it to craft quartz enriched iron. So it's 3 iron and another quartz. So we are going to just, where did my stuff go? Oh, put those in there and set it like that. Now you need to put the pattern in your crafter. We need quartz. I'm gonna need quartz, so we'll throw this in our system. We're gonna need some more iron. Throw that in your system, and you'll see you can auto-craft quartz enriched iron. So we'll select 64, start, and it will take 16 of those, 48 iron, and we'll start auto-crafting. As you can see, crafting monitor, it just crafted them all, and now they are in your system. 64 quartz enriched iron. Very cool. Now also, if you want to set the upgrades to be done, upgrade, we're gonna look for this one. Very simple. Set it just like that. We're gonna put it in, oh crap, wasn't supposed to do that. Crafter, we'll give ourselves that back. We'll put our 2 recipes in there, throw that in there just in case. We are going to need glass, which glass is fairly easy. You should all know how to get glass. And because we can auto-craft the improved processor and we don't have one crafted yet, if we set it to auto-craft an upgrade, which we can't because there's already some in the system, as you can see down here, we can set to craft 10 of these. It'll show you all it needs to craft, and click start. It will start auto-crafting the stuff necessary. If we run over here, you'll see it will start auto-crafting the improved processors, and it will start putting them into here to create those. So let's throw these in the system. We're going to need these speed upgrades. Like I said before, these are very, very helpful. If you put these in here, this speeds this up dramatically. As you can see, working very well. So I will just give myself a couple more. I'm not quite sure, to be honest, if they work in the crafters themselves up here, but because you can auto make them now, I put them in my system because you know what? Why not? A little bit of sugar isn't going to hurt anyone. Now if we look in here, it auto-crafted our upgrades. It went through all of them, and they were done. So that is how you create an auto solderer, as well as a little introduction into autocrafting. So if you guys enjoyed and want more tutorials, just let me know. Comment down below what you would like to see me show you guys how to have done. And maybe leave a like on the video, that helps as well. If you guys have any suggestions, that also helps. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.